Welcome to Xtra, presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Now it's time to go. Now it is time to go. Go where, you might ask? Just relax. We'll get there. We'll get there. I renewed a few subscriptions to a few magazines that I normally read or used to read a lot. Now I'm reading them a little bit more since I'm subscribed for ample amount of years, meaning more than one. And it was definitely something that I wanted to do. And it wasn't something that I felt as though that I was slacking on in the grand scheme of things. No. None of that. Even though something that I want to do and something that I'm consciously doing a little bit more of, even though I've been doing it fairly frequent anyway. I want to do it more. I want to do it more. I want to bring more information, bring more things to the table. And this is something that would and will help me get this accomplished. And that being the renewing and getting my magazine subscriptions going. And it's because I like to read. I like to input information. I like to get much information as possible. Things, whether it can be relevant, not relevant. But if it's not relevant, it has to be not relevant to me and still something that I want to do. And if it's not relative to me and it's something else that's being fringed or pushed or gladly, happily placed upon or placed on me, then it's something different. That is something different. But if it's just me, my lonesome, me, myself, and I wanting to get this information and get all of these tidbits and get all of this intel and information and all of the other stuff that makes me happy, then it's fine. That's okay. It's fine. It's okay because I'm doing it. It's definitely something that I want to do. And it's definitely something that I like to do. And it's definitely something that I am fully aware of. And it's not the same awareness that I'm inside of my G ride, singing and dancing and making my chest pop. It's not that kind of awareness. It's not that awareness. It's a different awareness. It's an awareness of knowing what I know and still wanting to know a little bit more. The awareness in the G ride, the awareness when I'm singing and dancing in my vehicle, that awareness is the awareness of knowing what I don't know and being prepared for everything that's unknown. Being prepared for everything that is unknown. However, this isn't the case. This is not the case. And that's why I said it wasn't and it isn't the same. It's not. Because the known is I want to do more when it comes to getting information. I'm taking those necessary steps to getting information. So that is a known value. It is something that I do know, and it's something that I can see progress, something that I can address, something that I can work to get accomplished, work to get done, and everything else. So it's not dealing with unknowns, and it's it's something that I want to do, and it's something that I necessarily heart, like, love. And that is getting the information. That is taking the information. And what's better than the information itself is the actual reading part, or actually having the different sources, or actually having the different methods, or having the different places where I can go to get said information, or to get information. As of now, and for this purpose of where I want to go and what I'm trying to explain, it's the magazine route. And it's not to say that I don't read anyway. I read books. I read magazines. That's obvious. I read newspapers. What are those? I read articles. I read studies. I read a lot of different things, and I just don't narrow my options down to just a book, narrow my options down just to studies, narrow my options down to just about anything, and not taking other forms of input in, because it's not from a place where I wanted to initially get it from, or not from somewhere where I wanted it to come from. I don't need that kind of control. I don't want that kind of control. I just want the information. I just want the information when I want it, or when I think I want it, or when I don't want it. Just give it to me, period. And I want the choice. I want the choice. So I've been reading more books than I have been in the past couple of years. And it was not because I'm a book reader, even though I do read books. For the most part, they were not necessarily self-help books, but definitely books for some form of entertainment. But I usually like the real world books, or nonfiction variety. However, I do venture out, and I do venture out quite a lot. So as I was reading books and coming across these ideas as I was reading books and coming across these ideas while I was within my book, it was only necessary, or I shouldn't say necessary, it was only going to eventually happen that I was going to want to expand this information, not cesspool, but information highway, miracle, road, Lota route. You pick, you choose. I gave you a lot. This is your story. I'm just the narrator. This is your adventure. I am just the guide. This is your journey. I am just your conscience. Okay, maybe that one didn't fit. And when I was reading the book, I just had this great idea that I should start reading a little bit more magazines. And it wasn't that, and it's not that I don't read magazines. I wanted to actually go and do my due diligence when it comes to making sure that I am doing my part when it comes to saving the planet. And so I needed to get the magazines. I needed to get the magazines, and not just the digital, but I needed in front of me. I needed to just turn the pages. I needed to have something tangible that I can hold, that's in my hand, that is there, and not necessarily on a device, not necessarily on something that requires me to focus on it when I don't want to focus on it. And that's the phone, tablet, computer, what have you, anything that you can read these magazines digitally, because everything's digital now. But I wanted to take it back to the analog days. I wanted to take it back to the sessions where I can just take my information, look at it, make notes, fold it, flip it, toss it out, all of the things that make me feel good, make me a little happy, and that makes me a little bit at ease. And so not only did the light bulb shine above my head when it came to the magazine information in front of me, folding, flipping, and all of that, I also just needed to, how can I put this? Venture out and get another mode and have another method, just in case the fail safe needs a fail safe. The phone isn't going to be there all the time. The devices aren't going to be there all the time. You can't have these devices and things with you on your person at all times, but paper, a sheet of paper, a booklet of papers, a magazine of papers, a newspaper of papers. You can have that with you at all times, just about anywhere, if you like the extra work load, if you like the extra-ness, then yeah. So I was like, all right, I can do this. It's another mode. It's another method. I'm just going to go a different route where I'm going to have these things in front of me. I can still do what I normally do what I want to do and everything else. But all it just was telling me, I'm not really over my analog to digital phase yet. I'm not really over my analog to digital phase yet, because I still need that hardness. I still need something to field. Whereas I can turn, I can flip, I can toss up in the sky and let it fall down and not worry one bit that something is going to get destroyed and something will be destroyed. And that came from reading a book. That came from reading a pretty interesting book. Mind you, I read that interesting book, and then I went to another interesting book, and I went to another interesting book. So within that time, I read about 3, and then in the middle of the third one, that's when I came to the very, very, very good conclusion that I must bring back the magazines. I must introduce some new. I must do something a little bit different. And I'm not, I repeat, I'm not saying this and I'm not saying that because I did not come up with a New Year's resolution. I'm saying that and I'm saying this because I am extremely happy and I'm extremely proud about my magazine choices and choice. And if you think you know what magazines I speak of, I'm just going to say you are wrong. It ain't that one. It ain't that one either. And it's definitely not that one. But it might be anyway. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. And how do I normally do this? Oh yeah. Be sure to check out the website, extra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube as well, VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share, or do whatever it is you do there. You know what to do. I know what to do. Everyone knows what to do. Peace. Out. I'll still not gonna do that again. Nope.